Yep.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
So.
3, 2, 1. Live and in the nude. You're listening to Open Hours. This is Josh Freeman, joined with my good friend
John Bleeker, and we're here just to kind of talk to you about the happenings on campus, what's happening in our current events, and all the things that just kind of get under our skin. So kind of the first thing that I came to a realization this week, Josh.
What would that be?
I found out that liberal studies is a major.
What's...
Well, here's what I thought. Okay, now here's what I've been here 4 years now. I always thought liberal studies meant like undeclared.
Oh.
But it turns out that it's a major that just consists of taking gen eds for 4 years. And then they hand you a piece of paper. Now what you do with that piece of paper is actually really unclear because you actually can't work until you've got your credential. So liberal studies is the major that actually keeps you where you are. So 4 years of gen eds and some religion courses. So yeah, I found that out.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, there's a lot of assumptions that could be coming from liberal study majors, a bunch of, people who might be undeclared. But I mean, on the topic of liberals, something interesting is happening in the next couple weeks, actually just starting this week. Is the campaign trail is starting up.
Yeah.
And I think on the topic of liberals, we really need to talk about the candidates, Andrew Diaz and Ariana Grande.
Yeah, absolutely.
First off, I mean, I've been looking through some of their notes. We've been lucky enough to get our hands on, and it's not because of email hacking or anything, but we have a pretty sweet deal with IT, and so we've kind of, because of sort of an email scandal, we have some of the things they aren't super wanting to talk about quite yet, but we have the scoop here, folks. Looks like Andrew Diaz and Ariana Grande are looking to put a pinkberry on campus.
Yep, and that's honestly just kind of the worst because you can't use Flex there. First of all, and second of all, it's not even the best kind of build your own yogurt place.
Clearly not. I mean, if they really wanted to appeal to the vanguard population, get a yogurt land out here. At least what's the America's Cup? At least that.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I think this kind of fits in the vein of like the Zipcar thing, and that people were just trying to garner the votes of a specific segment.
Yeah, all the carless people, and then all the people who like just subpar frozen yogurt.
Yeah, and so that's kind of something that's our concern. So we kind of rated them low on the campaign.
Not getting our endorsement.
But here's the even worse part is our other candidates, Sam and Sierra, got the same rating. And why is that, Josh?
Yeah, so also part of we won't refer to it as the email scandal, but we'll refer to it as the little handout we got, again, from IT. God bless their souls, really working with us these days. It seems that Sam and Sierra are looking to build a wall around campus to keep out commuters.
It's true. And so if we see them in office, then the real difficulty is that we won't see Chris Shepard any longer.
And I mean, if we're keeping people out like Chris Shepard, Caleb Ashurst,
Troy
DeLuca, Andrew Katsu. I mean, where do we draw the... Like, why... What in their right mind would make them think this is okay?
Yeah, I would say it's unconscionable. And speaking of Troy DeLuca, Troy and Caleb were previously in the running and have since withdrawn. When asked to issue a statement, Zach Kinninger and Dakota Self stated together, SGA president isn't cool anymore, and proceeded to go buy some like Supreme kimonos or fedoras or something.
Yeah, really just, I saw, I was there with you when we got this scoop. It was really interesting.
Yeah, we're not really, we can't tell if it's cool, but apparently it is.
Leave it to them to really, the hype beasts of campus to let us know what is cool and not cool. So if you're listening to this, know that...
Follow them around.
Yeah, the trenders of campus would like us to know that apparently SGA president and vice president is no longer cool. So they did, however, have a lot of nice things to say about the podcast. So know that, again, president, vice president, not cool. Open Hours podcast, probably the coolest thing on campus right about now.
Right now, but in about 30 minutes or so, that'll probably change.
Yeah, probably fade out. But also on the tone of speaking of this campaign trail and all of that, we'd like to start a little bit of a prerogative with you guys where really, I mean, we witnessed it this last year with the United States election, where a lot of people had the same kind of emotion about the campaign. No one really liked either candidate.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people seemed pretty neutral about their disgust for candidates until, of course, Trump won, and then everyone was very upset that Trump won. But that's another conversation for another day. We're seeing, I feel like, a lot of that now, where a lot of people are kind of iffy about either candidate. So what we want to propose is that you, when you go into place your and cast your vote, that you not bubble in Sam or Sierra, that you not bubble in Andrew Diaz or Ariana Grande, but rather you write Josh and John beneath that, and you really just, I mean, if you want to write a short little note about why, I mean, the many obvious reasons that we are the clear choices
the
here.
easy choice here.
Yeah, I mean, we're not officially running. We just want to make that clear.
We also won't be at Vanguard.
Yeah, we're graduating. We're out of here. But I think it should be known that we can do just as good a job, I feel like, as these candidates can. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And I think, here's the deal. We won't be here, and we think that that's the kind of president that you need.
Yeah, someone who isn't on your back, but I mean, also isn't going to do anything for you.
Yeah. So, kind of in the realm of just problems, Ariana Grande, but also another problem would be the motorcycle parking situation on campus.
God.
Now, if you're not aware of this, motorcycles are vehicles, and they take up about half of a spot.
If that.
Yet somehow, our motorcycle drivers here on campus have managed to take every good spot and also the spots next to them, and just created like the greatest eyesore that our campus has ever seen. I don't mind if you drive a Kia or a Corvette, or anything like that. We've seen some interesting vehicles on campus, but the motorcycle situation is beautiful because unlike every other vehicle on campus, those ones don't actually ever leave. They're just kind of there to look good.
Yeah.
Right? And so you see the guys kind of come out, polish their bike, and go back into their room. And so that's kind of one of the big enigmas, and I'm kind of honestly, I'm kind of fed up.
Yeah, I'm also at a loss for words. There's nothing that I'd say rustles me up more than, long day at work. I'm getting back, and all I want to do is get back to my room and watch Netflix on the solid internet access that we have. And then I think I'm about to get the best spot in the lot, and then I pull just a little bit closer to notice that the bikers have taken up all the good spots on campus. And I mean, we have it here. It's clearly a monopoly on these parking spots. Yep. Where do they get off? I feel like they're just trolling us at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, kind of one of the last things that we had to say was that if you live on campus and you're listening to this, we really would like to give our condolences. The CAF just gave up on Sunday.
Oh, rest in peace. It's like I don't think anyone showed up to work that day.
No, well, one did actually. It was
I saw
the CAF's manager, Shark Boy, and he was walking around in the new shirt that the new extra small company T-shirt they gave him.
Yeah.
So if you're going to the CAF this week, make sure you look out. Make sure you compliment him. It's this tiny shirt, and he's a normal sized man, and so the results are incredible.
It's perfect. If you want to leave a little note on the comment board up there, just to comment on the pure style that Shark Boy is rocking these days.
I think Dakota Self was actually fairly impressed.
It's probably taken from the Hypebeast online store that they shop at.
Yep, I think so. And so finally, kind of continue bringing you guys content that you're interested in, we would like to invite you guys to submit your ideas, thoughts, and complaints. We're still doing the high maintenance report, and so if you have problems on campus with your dorm room, with your car, with whatever's going on, we want to know about it so we can complain on your behalf. And then we had one other. Yeah,
we want to introduce a new segment on top of that one as well, where if you feel like love life isn't going your way, I know, and you know very well Valentine's Day is coming up. I think actually next week's episode falls on Valentine's Day, which is interesting. We might have to do something special. Which makes this segment seem even more appropriate is the singles report. If you believe that you are single and ready to mingle, let us know. Write yourself a short little bio, and we will present it to what I believe is the thousands and thousands of viewers that listen to this at this point. And we'll find you love. If you need a date, we can hook you up. Again, we said it a couple episodes ago. We represent all women on campus, and we can help you. Men as well, women as well. We'll help
and men
you.
as well.
And men as well, or whatever you identify as. We don't want to assume anyone's gender, ever. So
that's the last thing.
That's the last thing we want to do is strong, independent women. So the singles report. We look forward to bringing that segment to you, hopefully starting next week.
And all of those things can be emailed to openhourspodcast@gmail.com, or you guys can contact us through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All of those means, just please, whatever you do, do not approach us in public.
Stop approaching us in public. I feel like I've said this in the last 3 episodes, and I feel like it's only getting worse, is you people are coming up to me in the caf. You are coming up to John while he's up there trying to lead worship. You are just interjecting in our lives when we have requested numerous times. Please do not approach us. If you ask me or John to be on the podcast, the answer is going to be no. It's plain and clear. So please don't approach us. Don't smile at us. Don't even think about us, please. Don't think about us after this podcast is over. Until next week, of course.
Yeah, and just, I mean, until next week, you can probably just stop thinking.
Yeah.
In general. But I think that's about all that we've got for this week. We thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
And we enjoy being the most reliable source of news and happenings at Vanguard.
I'd say the only source. If you didn't realize, I noticed this week I dug through my spam. The Voice came out with another issue of their.
Oh, did they?
Is it a newspaper? Is that what they're calling it these days? Because it kind of just.
I think it's a bunch of squares.
At this
words.
point,
I couldn't.
I read it for the pictures.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Well, I think that's what we all do.
Yeah.
Well, until next week.
From our house to yours. Have a good night.
Until next week.
That was pretty good.
It was alright. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll have to re-listen to it. I'm just waiting for the day when they tell us to stop recording these. One of these days, we're just going to piss off the wrong person. And we're probably going to get an email from some high up, maybe Mike Beals, saying please.
Also, speaking of Mike Beals, like if there's any chance you've heard this, we'd love to talk. Like, we'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm sure you have your complaints. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone has.
I mean, it's got to be a stressful position.
Yeah. I mean, I frankly haven't seen him at all this semester. I hope
that's actually true.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at all. I hope you're doing well, Mike, if you're listening to this. President Mike, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we miss you. I'd love if you want to. Just you have our email. We have your email. Maybe we'll.
Should we email him?
Just send them all 4 episodes. Maybe.
Is this number 4?
You contact us, or I don't know.
Also, Tim Young.
Yeah, please
don't contact us.
Please don't. We're sorry in advance for everything.
We apologize
for any toes we've stepped on, including yours. Just a couple of guys trying to have fun, you know? Oh man, I think that's all we've got.
Also, Josh McDowell, pity shout out.
I guess that's what you want. And I mean, Mo,
you want to be here?
You want to be here? Just let us know. Yeah. Good night.
All right. I think that's it.
That's probably.
Yeah.
Let's call it there.